Hello folks, this is Brother Rodney heading up to northern Maine here to spend some time with my family. Today's December 22, 2015, and I'm on a stretch of road between Bangor and Holton, Maine. And this is called the Hainesville Woods. And as you can see, it has snowed and the trees are all covered with snow. They're absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And there's a song that was written about this stretch of road, and the song goes something like this. There's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, never, never seen a smile. If they buried all the truckers lost in the woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. So the song goes like that, and so, well, I'm smiling now, so the Hainesville Woods just saw a smile. I doubt if it was the first time. But I'm heading up to Maine to spend a little bit of time and work on my message for next Sunday. And hopefully we'll see some of you on our live broadcast at Grace Bible Community Church. That's gbccct.org. And we start our Sunday morning services 10:45 Eastern Time. And our new live streaming service now accommodates Windows PCs, iPhone, iPad, Mac computers, the whole ball of wax. So we're able now to let everybody join us and for the preaching of the Word of God. So this is Brother Rodney heading up to northern Maine through the Hainesville Woods, signing off 10-4. When we'll see you all hopefully Sunday morning. Praise the Lord. Well, we're entering now into beautiful downtown Madawaska. There's the Madawaska boat landing. It's December 22 still. It's a bit overcast. Speed limit's 25 miles an hour in Madawaska. And since they don't have anything better to do, they really enforce that. So if you're going 28, you might get stopped and get a ticket. So you have to be very careful in Madawaska. It's overcast today. The weather is not quite cold enough so that if there is precipitation, it may not be snow. And that's very disappointing because there was a lot of snow before I arrived here. And now it seems to be changing. So, coming up on the right is the mobile station, and at the mobile station is a store, and the store is where they sell the local statues. I don't know if you can see some of them in front of, oh, that car is in the way, but there you go, the local statue place. And coming up on the right is a place called Jade East. Jade East makes world famous perfumes. If you look on your perfume bottles, ladies, this is Jade East right here. It's not very well advertised, but it is world famous. And they've been making perfumes since I was a boy. And we're not quite in town yet. This is the outskirts of Madtown, USA. Coming up on the right is my middle school where I used to go. Attended grades 5 through 8 at a place called Acadia School. And here it comes on the right. Used to be a nice building, it still is, but now it is an office. It still says Acadia School up there, and this is now offices. It's no longer a school. And now we're approaching Madawaska proper. Just your typical hometown USA. Nothing fancy, but people are great. The people are very nice. Right here is the Madawaska police station. Our good friends protecting the neighborhood. Coming up on the left there is a Tang's Chinese. I understand they've just re-sided it. So the sign is down, but there you go. Tang's Chinese restaurant. Of course, we got the Big K, Big Kmart, and the Family Dollar store. Have to have those. There's the little shopping plaza in Madawaska. And coming up is your downtown Madawaska, Maine. The most northern point in the state of Maine is Madawaska, Maine. And there used to be a lot more buildings here than there are now. Some of them have burnt to the ground. Some of them met their fate in the flames of fire. And yeah, there used to be some buildings over here. Coming up on the left is an empty spot right over here. And in here used to be the original 5 and 10 store, a Newberry. Right there, as I was growing up, we had the original 5 and 10 cent stores. This is Mill Street. This is where we go down the hill and cross to the border. And I'm going to take you down a trip down the border in a little while. There's a lot of traffic on Main Street right now, so let me keep moving. This used to be the movie theater. Right here, it's not anymore. The building on the left was the pool hall. That was my favorite hangout when I was growing up. And right here, which is no longer here, was Dick's Bowling Alley. Very popular places for us teenagers. And now in the United States of America, there are 4 corners. Up in the state of Washington, in the northwest corner is Blaine, Washington. And going to the southwest California is a place called San Isidro, California. And then also, if coming up the east, on the southeast corner is Key West, Florida. And in the northeast corner of the United States is Madawaska, Maine. Madawaska is one of the 4 corners of the United States. And there's the Four Corners Park, and unfortunately I can't take you up there because it's not plowed, but there's all sorts of cool stuff up there and historical things. And so there you are, folks. You have just taken a tour through one of the 4 popular towns in the United States of America, one of the 4 corners of the USA. And in a moment I'm going to take you up the street where I grew up, where I lived, and show you Madawaska High School. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now coming up here, this is the street that I actually grew up on, and this is the Madawaska High School, home of the Madawaska Owls. And this is where I graduated from high school. Very nice school, you know, typical school, USA. And right here on this hill across the street, I don't know how well you can see it, but during the winter that would be just congested with snowmobiles. We'd all be lined up there because everybody came to school on snowmobiles. So that whole hill you see was just snowmobiles all across this right here was snowmobiles. And after school, we would take off and we would hit the woods way back there, okay? And that takes you into the northern Maine woods. And we would go snowmobiling every single day after school during my entire high school time. So it was, you can see snowmobile tracks here in the in the snow. And up here is where I grew up. Not this house, not this one, not this one. I grew up in the house right there with the blue car with the brick on the front. That was my home for most of my life, and this was it. Okay, and I grew up here, and then right across the street, right where that pile of snow is, was the town swimming pool. It had diving board and everything. And every morning, that's where I would head. And then right over here, not this building, that big building, that's the multi-purpose center, that wasn't there.
But right over here, there was a cabin. And inside that cabin, every morning they would open up the front like you do on you know, those trucks that you can walk up on the sidewalk, and they've opened it up so you can order hot dogs and whatnot. It would open up like that, and inside of there was ping pong tables, there was tennis rackets, horseshoes, and this whole park had swimming, of course, but it had swings, it had tennis courts, it had basketball courts, it had croquet, it had basically everything you could think of. And every day in the summer, those ping pong tables were set up out there, and the tennis courts were right there where that building is. There were some beautiful tennis courts, and I grew up playing all those sports all summer long, the whole month and a half of it, because there's a lot of winter here. But as you can see, there's some snowbanks here. I don't know if you can tell how big they are, but this was the street that I grew up on in Madawaska. Now, at the top of the hill of this street is a building, and I'm going to get up here real quick to show you. There's a building that the residents of Madawaska got together and they built it themselves. They took it upon it to build them themselves. And I forget exactly what the name of it is, but I'm going to show you the building right here. It's right on the top of the hill. The Madawaska is actually founded in what's called St. John Valley. Oh, it's called the Four Seasons Trail Lodge. And people from Madawaska got together and they built this. And it's never locked, and anybody can come here. And if it wasn't so, it's snowing right now. If it wasn't so, you know, we can't see, put it that way, I would go up on the second porch, which I'll probably get to do tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and show you what you can see from there. Because on the you can see into Canada, because this is the St. John Valley, and this is like the upper side of the valley, and the valley leads to Canada over there on the other side. So here comes somebody, I don't know who he is, but that's the tour, folks, of Madawaska, Maine, December 22, 2015. Take care, God bless you. Okay, so I'm entering the Four Seasons Lodge in Madawaska, Maine, and this is just downstairs coming in. They've got skis over here, cross-country skis for anybody to use. They got the stove in the corner, and they've got obviously restrooms down there. But then as you come up the stairs, remember, this place was built by the residents of Madawaska. Nobody owns this place. It's always open 24 hours a day. Anybody can come here, use it. Anybody can come here and make a fire in this beautiful fireplace. As you can see, they got tables here, tables along top of the stairs. They got a monitor up there, usually called a TV. And they really decorated this place beautifully. Here's more restrooms. There's a kitchen back here. Obviously this is closed. And snowmobilers from all over the world come here because, like right back here, in the very back, this is where snowmobilers will come in. And from this point, you literally have thousands of miles of snowmobile trails throughout northern Maine. And so this is like the beginning point to take off into the woods. It's really, really beautiful. And then over here, as you go out on the front deck of this place, what you're seeing over there on the other side, that's Canada. I don't know how well you can see the smoke coming out of that mill over there, but that's the paper mill. And that's the paper mill in Edmundston, New Brunswick. And all they do there is they make steam. Steam for the paper mill in Madawaska that makes the paper for all sorts of companies that are very well known throughout the United States. But this isn't the St. John Valley. We're on one side. The other side is up there in the hill of Canada. And like I said, this thing, built by the residents of Madawaska, has a beautiful wraparound porch. Coming around the back, they got a deck back here for the summertime. They bring their barbecue grills out here in the summertime. And the way that they raise funds for this is once a week, one of the local stores, a Stop and Shop or something like that, the A&P, will donate food. And some of the ladies will volunteer to cook the food. And then they will sell plates of food, you know, for very little money, just to pay the electric bill and any maintenance fees that they might have on the building. But, oh, we're locked out. As you can see, the sky is very dark, and looks like it's going to be snowing. It was actually raining here this morning. This is Christmas Day, and it was actually raining this morning. But now it's getting so cold that if any precipitation decides to come down, it's coming down in snow. And I wish it would have snowed, because that would have been nice. Oh my goodness, I'm locked out here. Okay folks, I'm going to go downstairs. And that was your tour from the Hainesville woods all the way to northern Maine.